when you look at the political disasters in India, mm, two of them strikingly comes to mind. One is Atal Bihari Vajpayee losing the confidence of the parliament by one vote, and then the result is midterm elections, and India has go through that process of electing the members all over again. And then second disaster, I would say, is that like Indira Gandhi um, losing her constituency, uh, but her party winning the majority in the parliament. So and then what happens? She, even though she lost, she became the prime minister, and then court said she is not qualified to become the party leader in the parliament. So, and we know what happens after that. The emergency happened, and that is major disaster um, for Indian politics. And so, when you look at these two cases, could we avoid mm, these same scenarios happening again? No, we can't avoid. Like with the current existing parliamentary rules, they could still happen. Um, but is that the best way to do it? Is there any alternate approaches to these to avoid these two scenarios? So let's take the first one with um, Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So when you form a government with a thin margin, let's say 50% of seats, candidates, MPs support you, and 50% are in opposition, you have very thin margin of support in the parliament. And if you form a government, it's a danger lurking just everywhere. So at any time, the one person switches to the other side, and then that's it. The government collapses, and then you need to go through that process of elections again. So that's why what I propose is um, any coalition that's formed before the election, if that secures 40% or more, so that party gets a chance to um, form a government. Instead of 50, I'm proposing only 40, or we could say even 45. So something less than 50%, let's say 40%. And then they form the government. Um, and then if they pass the bill, they need to go through the opposition and convince that the remaining 10% of them to agree to their whatever the bill they are proposing, and then get a 50% vote to pass that bill. So that way the government runs in a stable form. And then for a no confidence motion to pass on that government, we need 60%, 10% more than 50%. So that way, this 20% gap in the forming the government and passing the no confidence motion, so that gives the cushion for the government to run smoothly without any interruption, and then compromise when they want to pass a bill. So this, so that's that 10% um, before and then 10% after is the, I think, the best approach to run the government. So that's how we could avoid that first scenario with Vajpayee happening again in the future. When you look at the second scenario, um, Indira Gandhi, her party won the major number of seats, and then she lost it, and people's court said you're not eligible to become the prime minister. But this is like a similar to when you compare with American politics. It's like a president is um, winning majority of the electorates or whatever that number of votes, and then saying that even after that you are not eligible to become a president. So that is not the right approach. So people voted based on looking at the leader, and then all the other candidates won based on the leader of the party. And then when the leader himself lost the election in a small portion of the country, um, and then you say he's not eligible for the to run the government is not, in my opinion, appropriate. Mm, Imagine, imagine um, current Prime Minister Narendra Modi, if uh, he is contesting from the Varanasi constituency, but he is representing India for almost 3 terms all over the world, and if he gets less votes in Varanasi, he is not eligible to run the government. So, that is absurd, and that's why what I that the rules has to be changed in some way. Like leaders get a chance to run the government irrespective of what is the result in a small section of the country. So how to avoid it? Um, what I'm saying is each 5% of votes out of the total number of seats a party wins, they get to choose nominate one person. You could say 5% or 10%, or each 25 seats they won, they get a chance to nominate one person. If your party wins 100 seats, and we say like a 25 seats, um, one they could nominate one person, means like that party could nominate 4 persons um, without even contesting any elections. So those nominated people will get to become a minister or prime minister, uh, and but they won't be having any voting capability in the parliament to pass the bills. That's fine. So they could run the government, but they can't vote on the bills. So that that is the 5% or 10% or the number of seats. So we need to consider the strength of the party, and then give it an ability to nominate depending on the number of seats they won. So that way, um, like Indira Gandhi could not, like, if the same scenario happens right now, like a Prime Minister Modi should not contest the next election if he wants to become a prime minister again. You don't have to contest, and then based on the number of seats that party gets, so the they could nominate that many persons, that many candidates based on the number of seats. So that is one of the way we could avoid such scenario happening again. So now that we have nominated people, if you say like 5% of a total number of seats, whatever, like I'm not sure what the exact number is, like 540 or something. um, so in that, like 5% means like you get 20 seats. If somebody falls below 5%, maximum is 20 seats, but not everybody. Every small party might not have 5% of seats, right? So then they will not get a chance to nominate anybody from the seats they won. So maximum you get 20 seats, 20 nominated positions, but actual number could be less. So now that we have a nominated members also sitting in the parliament, I think we could get rid of the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is kind of same things they discuss from parliament and the same things they discuss in the Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, and then Rajya Sabha, right? So why this duplicity? There's no need for Rajya Sabhas. We can add nominated positions in the Lok Sabha itself and then get rid of the Rajya Sabha. I think that is my opinion to how to avoid future disasters similar to what happened in the previous years. Talk is part of the series I'm giving. My name is Karnakar Marsakatla. Today is December 28th, 2025. So these are the previous talks I gave as part of this series, and this is the ninth talk in this series. And you can watch the previous talks in the YouTube. My play on the playlist is the manifesto. Thank you.